Well, it's a delight to be able to introduce you to Malcolm Barrick, who's been a member here at Streatham Baptist Church for about 15 years. I'm going to talk to him a little bit about what he's been getting involved in most recently, which is quite different from his day job. So first of all, tell us a bit about yourself, where you live and your family situation.
We live in Addiscombe on the High Street with my wife Loretta and two boys of 25 and 21.
And what do you do for a living? What does that involve?
I'm a service engineer. I work in the print industry, but it's, shall I say, small scale. And mainly I'm working up in the centre of London, in the city, and Canary Wharf, travelling into offices, servicing guillotines that cut, that are in, cutting up paper for printing and, that sort of thing. That I've been in that industry now for 20 something years.
And what do you enjoy most about your work?
Travelling up in London, I've done that for, from when I was in my early 20s, and I've always enjoyed, the architecture, or seeing buildings go up and thinking, oh, what's it like in there? And then finding that I've actually gone inside those buildings, and this job has taken me into very interesting places like Buckingham Palace and even Number 10.
And what are some of the biggest challenges you find?
Physically getting into buildings. Before, you would just go round the back, walk through the door, go into the print room, but now they want to. There's a lot of paperwork just to get into a building, which can take a long time. They want to know who you are, where you're from, and there's a lot of paperwork to be done before you even sort of set off. And it's even worse now.
Right. And how would you say your faith helps you with your work and some of the challenges that you face?
Depending on how you look at it, I have had to go into places that are challenging, because a company that was promoting witchcraft, and that's and that was really, and I could feel it in the building, and I wasn't at my best when I was there, I must admit, and I knew why right at the beginning, but I should have, if I'd have realized before I walked through the door, I could have prayed over myself to sort of protect myself, which I have done in the past. And that's, sometimes I go the extra mile just to say, well, I feel that's the right thing to do.
Well, Malcolm, most of us that have been coming to Streatham Baptist Church for some time know you as our faithful sound man, ably assisted by your son James. And you work in services for us and also other events too. But recently you've taken on a very different challenge than you normally do within your everyday line of work. So tell us a bit about that.
I was doing the sound for the AGM for Love Streatham, when during that AGM they were promoting various charities that were going to be working in the Streatham area, and one of them was called Options. And there's a lady there talking about what they do, and Options gives help and support to an unplanned pregnancy or miscarriage or that sort of thing. And she was asking for people to volunteer to train to do that. And I was listening to her, and then God does talk to me sometimes, and it's very, very loud. Saying, you should be doing this, Malcolm. I'm thinking, you're joking. Wow. You're joking. I am a 60 plus man. I thought, no, I don't think so. But I've had lots of messages from God, and it will not let me go. I have to see it through. I spoke to Simi about it, because she was promoting it through Love Streatham, and she said, of course you can do it. Of course you can. Really? Yes, they knew men. And then so from that, she spoke to Rosie, who was the person that was speaking at the time and was running the centre out of Streatham. and then her colleague Nikki, who oversees the centre in Wimbledon. And they sort of, everyone they interview to see how, if they're suitable and everything, and so this was back in the middle of 2019,
right?
And then I started the first course, which was in October of 2019, and that is on a crisis pregnancy type situation. That is a stepping stone to get to the next course, which we started in September of last year and finished just before Christmas. And that was to do with baby loss and miscarriage and in the family. And so that was where I thought, as a man, I will have an opportunity, although the opportunities are minimal, which is again why I want to talk about this, what I've been doing, because there's not many men counselling in this area. I've spoken to one up in Birmingham, and he was doing it. They were doing it as a team, a man and a woman, and we will happily, talk to a man if someone needs that type of counselling, that sort of help to go through this process, because it can be just something that's just bottled up, and it can affect your daily life.
So what would you say to anyone who might be listening and wondering or not whether God is speaking to them about getting involved? What would you say to them?
This is a ministry that is perhaps somewhat under the radar. The organisation is a Christian organisation. The training was all run by a Christian training organisation, and I'm accredited under a Christian counselling banner as well.
Well, it's been lovely to talk to you, Malcolm, about this new venture you're getting involved in. How can we pray for you and support you in this very important role?
Pray about the people doing this ministry that's under the radar, of unplanned pregnancy, miscarriage. It's quite stressful, sort of helping people in that way. There is a huge support team behind them, so just to pray for them, for the people that are doing it.
Well, thank you, Malcolm, for talking to me, and we wish you every blessing. May you be blessed, and may other people be blessed through the ministry that you're getting involved in. If you need to talk to someone about an unplanned pregnancy, or if you're struggling with difficult emotions after an abortion, or if you or your partner have had a miscarriage and need support, or you'd like to speak to someone about how you can help others that need support in these areas, then contact Options Pregnancy Resource Centre on 0208 540 7675 or email at info@optionslondon.org or visit their website at www.optionslondon.org.